Welcome to another edition of In the Weeds with Ikard and Lehman, presented by Riverwind Casino. Riverwind is Oklahoma City's premier casino experience, and there are so many reasons why Riverwind is consistently voted OKC's #1 casino, but it all starts with their amazing variety of gaming thrills and excitement. Riverwind's beautiful award-winning environment plays host to more than 2,800 of the latest electronic games with a huge selection of table games, including blackjack match, roulette, and Teddy's favorite, craps. No matter what your game, Riverwind has it in spades and hearts. And to learn more about their gaming promotions and entertainment options, all you got to do is visit riverwind.com. Riverwind Casino, simply the best. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and please like these videos. And if you really enjoy it, you can always give us a super thanks down this way. Ted, we're back again to break down a couple of our favorite plays from the Sooners, this time against BYU. And what better play to start with than the most important play of the football game?
Yeah, this is crazy. Third quarter, tie football game. You're on the road, and you don't have your starting quarterback. So the defense is like, we've got to really buckle down. And BYU goes right down the football field on you. All right. But you do a good job. What looks like it's going to be a touchdown, able to force them out, make them snap it again. And they try to go quick, try to go tempo. And, we've got a blitz dialed up. We're trying to bring Bowman off the #2 wide receiver right here. McCullough's coming off the edge as well. He should fit inside everything. Bowman's going to be your outside guy. And you're going to add a really nice pressure down here, slant the defensive line across the front, try and limit the penetration. Bowman, though, as in the mix-up, he comes over and he's dialed up for a pressure, and he sees that the #2 receiver is completely uncovered. And you see Reggie Pearson back there behind the backers. He is supposed to be covered on the #2 receiver to the strong side.
He should be standing right about here.
Yep. In the mix-up, he doesn't get lined up right as you're going tempo. Bowman recognizes it. And I don't know. I think BYU recognizes it too and thinks Bowman is about to blitz. But after the look, he freezes and goes out instead of crashing down. And I think it catches Retzlaff by surprise, because it looks like he's predetermined that they're going to pressure and he's going to throw it to #2. Problem is the blitzer did blitz.
That's the only explanation. Because look at it. The only explanation is he saw Billy coming because he takes the snap.
He's already looking.
He's looking at the wide receiver, but Billy's standing right there. So I'm with you, man. I think he saw that the Sooners were having a tough time getting lined up. He thought Billy was coming, and he just predetermined what he was going to do with the ball instead of truly reading it out like he's supposed to. And there's also a strong argument to be made, Ted, why you calling a play where you're not just handing it off with the success that BYU was having running the football in this drive.
They've just gone right down the field on us. I mean, pretty much all day. And you go tempo. Not do you just not run the same stuff, but you try and go quick, don't get the great look. And young quarterback haven't played a whole lot this year. Boop, right into Billy Bowman's hands. And the rest is history. And this changes the entire football game, this play right here, because it felt like they were about to run us off the field in the second half. And, because it's about to be, 24-17. This is a massive swing. This is a 14-point swing right here. Incredible.
Well, it's a 14-point swing. And remember, Jackson Arnold's in at quarterback, and the offense didn't exactly start the second half humming.
Right. Yes, correct.
So the offense was not moving the football. Jackson Arnold was displaying some nerves, which is completely natural in the situation that he was thrown into. But I just say that just to stress how massive of a play this was in the football game. Now, I do want to point something out. I'm not sure if Robin scores if they hand it. At the very least, it's a gain of 1 or 2. And this is something that we brought up quite a bit. For whatever reason, in this area of the field, this defensive coaching staff has a gift for slanting to where the play is going.
Yep.
Because they're just running an inside zone. So this offensive line, they're all just zoning right. And they're just running off this backside zone combo. And you can see Robbins kind of pop through here. And does he score? I don't know. But I know it's not a touchdown the other way.
Right.
Retzlaff has to be kicking himself for this play. He predetermined it, man. I think you're exactly right.
Yeah. And, Billy Bowman, I just can't stress enough. You got to just imagine how fast all of this happens. And the fact that he decides to hold off and pull himself out of the blitz because we're not covered on the number 2 receiver. And then they throw it there and he intercepts it for a 100-yard interception return the other direction. It's just crazy good. And this isn't the only play he made all day. Like, in a sea of bad out there against BYU, Billy Bowman made some incredible plays, and things would have been really bad had he not been there. Incredible performance by him.
Is this about where we got worried that the altitude had gotten him?
Man, I'm telling you, watching it live, it felt like he went to a crawl when he crossed the 50, but he's still moving pretty good.
He looks pretty good there. I would say here, right about here, when that head starts tilting back a little bit,
yeah.
that chest gets big. That's when you're worried. But
and Retzlaff's turnover, he's still motoring down there, and he lunges. What's funny is whenever after he lunges, doesn't get him down. Look how dejected Retzlaff is as he's laying on the ground.
Goes for the feet, doesn't clip him. I love the dive. Oh my gosh.
And then the limp body just goes dead.
Look at Retzlaff. Oh, just put a chalk outline around the guy. Oh, full starfish almost. He's like, yeah. What have I done? That's exactly what that was right here. Right here, this moment. Oh, hands to the head. What have I done? Why didn't I just hand the ball off?
What a play by Billy Bowman. Incredible.
That's an incredible play. Now, watch this. There's a moment where you can see Billy Bowman realize that the altitude is no joke. And it's right about here.
Those eyes catered in.
Just look at those eyes like, oh my gosh.
I think that's with the moment he realized that he's got to go be safety on kickoff team, and they're going right back up on defense.
That's a good point. What an incredible game-altering play by Billy. Let's move to the offensive side. And I would say Billy's pick six was the most important defensive play of the football game. And I think this is the most important offensive play of the football game, because this is the game that puts it away, right? You have the ball for the last 5 minutes and 8 seconds because you're able to convert on this play right here. So, Ted, I was able to gather something from the TV broadcast that I couldn't learn from the tape. And it was interesting. Jaden Gibson, after the game, said that Jackson Arnold audibled to this play. So when I was thinking that, there's all kinds of different audibles, right? There's run to pass, there's pass to run, there's run, you run it to a certain technique, you audible all kinds of different things as an offense. But I just assumed, hey, they were going to run it and he audibled to a pass. That's not what happened. And here's why. Right here. He raises those fists. The audible that he made is he's changing the route. And the reason I know now after watching the TV copy that it was not a run, that it was a pass the entire time, is because he raises the fists and there's no communication to the offensive line. If it was a called run and then he changed it to a pass, he would have to walk up to the O-line and communicate the protection to him. That doesn't take place. So that lets you know this. Levy was putting the ball in his hands no matter what. He just did a tremendous job of recognizing that BYU's going zero. And when you hear cover zero, a lot of people think, oh, it's an all-out blitz. In this instance, cover zero just means there's no deep safety in the middle of the field. Right, the middle of the field, the back end, it's wide open. So he recognizes that, and he gives Farooq a slant outside, knowing it's zero. So that's a tremendous job by him. And he audibled, but it was audibling Jalil Farooq's route based on the coverage he saw from them, which in that moment, with everything going through his head, man, that's pretty dang good.
Very good. I like the get off on that route by Farooq up top. I mean, he comes out of there on fire. Watch this snappy get off.
He's got some great, and what a ball. I mean, you think about where you have to put this ball so he can catch it, not get hit by this safety that's working that way, but also get vertical and pick up the first down right on his upfield shoulder. You could not, Jackson Arnold could not have walked the ball to him and put it in a better spot than he did. So he audibles the route and then throws a perfect ball on the most important play of the game for him. Pretty dang good for a true freshman. Oh man, you've muted yourself, and I'm definitely leaving this in. Oh man, this is a first in the history of In the Weeds. Oh no, he's muted and unmuted. Oh, he's in a battle with the mute button. He's in a battle with the mute button. He's gonna lose it. It's gone so long, I may have to edit it out.
My gosh.
Nope, I'm leaving it in. It's too good. The look on your face, people need to see that. That's tremendous. You were saying, sir?
I don't even remember at this point what I was saying, but I love the route. I love the speed. And I love that it just takes that instance for those backers. Backers should already be gone, right? And it's just the tiniest of differences between a quick little false step and not getting there in time, right? And I think he takes a good angle and everything. He's just a little late starting it, man, and maybe you affect that throw.
Yeah, no,
Game
you're right.
Inches.
But just a tremendous throw and a great catch by Farooq, and he got smacked there at the end of the play. I was glad he was all right. He was dancing in the locker room and all that. But one other thing I wanted to point out, and these are small details that are important in offensive football. In this situation, you're throwing quick game, right? You're throwing the slant. The protection needs to marry up to that. You don't want to take deep sets in quick game. In quick game, you jump set. And you see the offensive line, they're all engaged already. So you look at Jackson Arnold, he catches, turn, throw. And the offensive line is engaged. And you see the defensive end. He does a nice job of reading it and gets his hand up. But that's a good job by the offensive line, getting on their guys, being firm in protection when you're going quick game so that you're not he's not feeling you in his lap, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Beautiful route, beautiful throw, great finish.
Let's get back to the fist raise. The fist raise, it's a great description of what happens. We win the game. Fist raise. Yeah. Way to go.
Yay. He already, is that a pre-celebration? Yes. They gave us the look we need.
Jackson Arnold is so confident he pre-celebrated.
Called his shot.
Yeah. You got anything else on this? I thought there's a lot going on here. Some really good decision-making from a freshman quarterback. And then, dude, look at where he puts that ball. I mean, that's a perfect throw
on him.
And first down.
That receiver doesn't want his arms stretched out right there. He wants it nice and tight right on the pads. That's awesome.
At that point, Farooq not feeling great, but hey, he shook
Yeah,
it off. It was funny. He was arguing with the traders. He wanted to go back in for the victory formation stuff, and they're like, "Hey, man, just relax." But unless you got something else, man, I think that does it for another episode of In the Weeds.
boy, 2 huge plays.
No doubt about it. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you really like this, don't forget, you can leave. It's this way. I'm going to get this eventually. It's this way. Super thanks this way. All right. We'll see you next time on In the Weeds.